Hey, how are you doing? It's Alan here from Looking for Warriors, and today I want to talk about Excel. Now, I'm not teaching my kids Excel yet because it's a little bit boring, let's face it. It's not the most exciting application in the world, but it is so important. It's so useful. It's something that I use every day. Do I use it every day? Yes, I pretty much do use it every day, even just for CSV files or uploading to databases or email lists, but I use Excel every single day. And I would say 50-60% of people in offices use it every day, and it's really useful. And it's just something that's expected that you know when you work in an office today. And it's not taught at school. You don't even look at an Excel file in school. You don't tell you pivot tables, you don't tell you how to sort data, you don't tell you how to export a CSV file. It's a little bit boring. So two of my kids, one is 9 and one is 12, I'm teaching them Photoshop because Photoshop's a little bit more exciting. But Excel is so important, and you need to know it and need to know well. And it's definitely one of the things in my kids' skill stack that I'm going to give them. I'm going to give them the Photoshop, I'm going to give them the type, I'm going to give them the speaking, but I'm going to give them Excel. Excel is really important. Now, how do you learn Excel today? What's the best Excel course that you can get today? Well, there's two different ways to go. There's the free direction, which is YouTube. If you go to YouTube and search for Excel course, you're going to find like 6-hour courses on Excel. They teach you everything you need to know. You're also going to find really condensed 20-minute courses as well. So there's lots of ways to learn Excel out there for absolutely free. And if you just want to go that route, that's perfect. You're going to learn everything you need to know. The one problem is that it's not broken down into an easy to learn format. So if you're doing this 6-hour course, you're not going to sit down for 6 hours. Maybe it's not even 6 hours, because if you're doing that course properly, you're going to have Excel on another screen or in front of you, and you're going to be trying out the examples as they show them to you. You got to use the thing. It's not Netflix. You don't sit down and just watch the thing. You've got to do as you learn. That's the way most people learn well. And if you're doing a 6-hour course, that 6-hour course could be 24 hours as you're doing the examples, because you need to do the examples as you're doing the course. So you are not going to do a 24-hour course in one sitting, so you have to come back to it. Now, YouTube's usually quite good. It'll bring you back to where you were a lot of the time, but not all of the time. So that can be where was I, and you're going back and forth, and it's not always the most optimal way to do it. So the way I would suggest, if you don't mind spending, I don't know what it is, $15, 15 euro, is Skillshare. Skillshare, €15, $15 a month. The great thing about Skillshare as well is that you can do any courses on Skillshare. There's going to be 30 or 40 Excel courses in Skillshare. You can try one out, see if it suits you. If it doesn't, go on to another one. But you've got to do the examples as you go through the course. And obviously start with a beginner course. If you're teaching your kids, get them started in the beginner course. If you don't know Excel and you still want to teach your kids, that's fine. You learn it with them. But Excel is so important. And I'm going to suggest, if your budget will stretch to $15 or 15 euro, just do the Skillshare course. It just makes more sense. It's just easier to do. It's easier to dip in and out of it. And it's easier for you to see, if you're teaching your kids, it's easier to see whereabouts your kids are on it. So that's Excel. Excel is so important. It's used everywhere now, absolutely everywhere. Now, there is other options around Excel. There's Numbers, which is the Mac, Apple version of Excel, and there's Google Sheets, which is the Google version of Excel. But learn Excel, because whatever you learn in Excel can be used in all the other applications. And Excel is the most complex and it's the most useful in a way. Now, Apple obviously is more user-friendly, and Sheets is obviously easy to share. Google Sheets is a lot easier to share with other people, but just learn Excel. Just learn Excel, and it'll work with all the other applications. And you'll be expected, if you went to an interview, if you're working in an office, you'll be expected to know Excel. And they're not going to teach you in school. Now, maybe in college they're going to teach you, but they're not going to teach your kids in school. And I just think, just teach them. You can do it in a week. You can do it in a week. Bring them through Excel. They know how to use it. And obviously, if they're using it in the real world, then it's more useful again. So this has been Alan here from Looking for Warriors. Excel. Teach your kids Excel. This is one of the items in the skill stack that they should have.